Sylvain, thanks for joining me again.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Let's start with an overview. What's latest with Pediapharm?
Timing is good for this interview as we just disclosed our latest quarterly report. We've disclosed like a 64% increase in our sales, so very happy with the top line revenue growth coming from our products. At the same time, we're able to maintain our SG&A expenses almost the same, so that's why we're able to generate like a first ever positive EBITDA. Pediapharm, so great milestone for us and very happy of this achievement.
Cool, fantastic. What is the driving force behind this transformation into a revenue positive company?
Three things. First, we have what we call the established brands. So these are products that have been selling for years and still growing. So we have a very strong foundation coming from these three products, namely NIDA, Rupall, and naproxen suspension. So a great foundation coming from those. At the same time, we launched two new products. Which drive further the revenue growth. And at the same time, as I said, we were able to do that by basically maintaining our expenses almost the same. So that's why, our expenses will remain stable for years to come, and our revenue growth will, obviously be sustained. And that's why, we're confident to put some great numbers from a bottom line perspective over the next few quarters.
Sure, and what do the next few quarters look like at this point?
Well, given the seasonality of the product, we'll see how we're going to end up in terms of the bottom line, but definitely to grow our top line further, we'll continue to achieve.
Okay, and tell me about the Cupoza?
Cupoza.
Cupoza. What
Yeah,
exactly
I know,
is that?
it's a funny name. I know.
Yeah.
We didn't have much choice in selecting the name, but as the product was launched in the US. But definitely a product that was approved a month ago, a first of a kind product to treat chronic severe drooling among cerebral palsy patients. There was no other product approved prior. So very pleased to bring this innovation for this patient population. The product has high margin, very target audience of physicians. So we don't require a lot of reps, to call upon the key doctors. It's a first of a kind, so we hope to generate about 4 to 5 million of revenues over the next few years with this drug.
So is this for drooling in cerebral palsy patients who are children, or for the entire population?
Good question. The official indication is between 3 years and 18 years of age. But once the product is out there, obviously it could be used for the adult as well. These are the things we can control. We're not allowed to promote off indication, but it could be possible that the product could be used for older patients.
Okay, so at this point, is Pediapharm's business strategy broadening into adult as well as children?
It's a good point. As long as we find a pediatric play in our drugs, which we have currently, some of the drugs are also good for the adult population as well. So we're not necessarily restricting ourselves when it comes to secure these agreements on children. If we see an opportunity for the adult, Rupall is a good example. Our latest product that we launched for allergy is also good for the adult as well.
So then the platform that you've developed, which is essentially what it is, a platform for bringing in successful drugs and making them available in Canada to Canadians, is that strategy going to remain the bedrock of your platform, or do you see more of a opportunities internationally? So
the platform you just mentioned will remain as is for a couple of years, as we're still a lot to do here. But eventually we can evolve for maybe North America, but right now the focus is really Canada. And the good thing about our infrastructure, it is very efficient right now, very optimal. And that's why we don't need to add more people to bring us to the 30-35 million of revenues that we're projecting.
So if we were to extrapolate from your current revenue that in 5 years you're 30 to 35 million, do you need to raise more equity capital to get to that number?
No, good question. We have enough cash to execute and to bring us to the next level. So that's a good news for the investor, knowing that we have all the capital to execute our business plan.
Okay. Have the new numbers, the new sort of EBITDA positive figures, put you in the sights of any institutional or fund investors at this point?
Yeah, I think that that's the next key milestone for us, is to get the interest of institution, which we already have. But prior to the product launches and the numbers we just disclosed, were maybe a bit too early for them. But as we move on, into the next year, next fiscal year, I think we will become an interesting play for institutions.
Okay, so tell me a bit about your board of directors and what are the various expertises that they bring to the whole equation.
It's a privilege for me to be surrounded by such a good group of people. Pierre Lapam, who's our chairman, is the former chairman of BioMarin. We have Mike Mueller, who brings a tremendous experience on the investment side. He's currently the chairman of PSP Investment, one of the largest pension funds in Canada. And we have also Normand Chartrand from the Caisse de Dépôt as well. So good various expertise on the board, very good people as well.
Great. So what are the milestones you're looking to achieve in 2018 that will sort of indicate the continuation of this cash flow positive and even towards profitability pattern?
Three things. First, profitability on an annual basis. Very, very important. So, sure. And the latest quarterly report is a good sign in that direction. Keep executing our business plan with the launch of the Curve Posa and keep growing our business from the recent product launches, Rupall and Atixal. Yep. At the same time, grow our business on the established brands. So, as I said, they bring a good solid foundation of revenue, but still getting some growth from those three. And at the same time, maintain our SG&A expenses more stable to bring us to the next level.
That's great. We're going to leave it there for you now. We'll come back to you in another quarter and see if you're continuing to execute. Thanks for coming, Sylvain.
Well, thank you.